Welcome, everybody.
Welcome everyone to Nerds of the Northland, episode 19.
Yes, I'm a little transportationally compromised at the moment. My truck broke down, so we're going to record on a video call here together, like this.
Remotely, you. And we're doing the top 10 PlayStation 2 games.
Yeah, I know. I think personally that it might be, if I took a longer time to go over this list, I'd probably never finish it. So there's probably a lot of things that I left out or things that I may put in different places. But this is kind of the first games that come to mind in this order. I think I included a couple sports games, mostly open world RPG adventure, I guess. But yeah.
And for my generalizations on my top 10 is more, I got half of them, so 5 of them are RPGs. 2 of them are horror games. 3 are like, I would say action, suspense, story types. That's going to be my top 10. So,
and a lot of these would be repeats, so it'll be interesting to see our different takes on a lot of the same games. So
exactly.
Now, I'd have to say PS2 is probably during like the heyday of RPGs. I don't know, this might have been the best time for it. Which were me.
Yeah, we would be in our teenage years mainly for this.
Yes, and also I remember
introduced to them.
And this is also when extreme sports games were really cool. Like I put for my number 10 is a little game called SSX Tricky. It was amazing back in the day. I think I first experienced it on the GameCube. Actually, I know I did, and that's probably why I played it the most. But there was a PS2 version, and this was back in the. There was a lot of snowboarding, skateboarding, dirt bike, those kind of extreme sports games that are really big. I mean, they're still around, but I don't feel like they're nearly as popular as they used to be. The Tony Hawk re-release kind of
when
shows
Jackass
that.
was getting more popular in that era.
Definitely. And I think the whole, I don't know the whole soundtrack, but Run DMC was a huge part of the soundtrack, and there was actually like real DJs from New York, like Rozelle and these people in the game. So. And it was one of the first games, I think, that used like real motion capture on real snowboarders, I think, something like that. But
oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a very cool game.
Yeah, wow.
And I mean, if you're looking for a realistic snowboarding experience, this isn't the game for you. I mean, it's ridiculous, like 16 backflips and 17 spins, where I'm guessing a normal person would have been vomiting and passing out halfway through. But yeah, there's just like. Fireworks going off and sparkles everywhere, but it was really stylistically really cool. I think this was around the same time as like Jet Set Radio was another one that had this weird, like crazy art style to it that made it a lot of fun. I don't know how many hours I put into this game. We got Eddie with the Afro. Such a good game. Yeah, that's my number 10.
Nice. Now, my number 10 is Dragon Quest VIII. Now, I actually mainly have played it on the 3DS, and I realized it originally came on the PS2. Did play a little bit of it, and same game, so pretty much. And I just like the characters in it, the story. This will be the shortest one I'm going to talk about, but it is one of the greatest Dragon Quest games in the series that I've seen. So I'll put that as my number 10.
Yeah, I got the
shortest one. Longer about the other ones.
Yeah, and I never played Dragon Quest at all until like this last year. I mean, I have Dragon Quest 9 on my Switch right here. Actually, moved it over to my desk.
I'll have to play that. Yeah.
I have my Wii U connected to the TV now.
Dragon Quest 9, 10, and 11, yeah.
But yeah, I do have Dragon Quest. I know they are re-releasing 8. I think that's the next remake they're doing is Dragon Quest 8, or maybe it was 6. But they're putting another one out on a 3D Dragon Quest remake on the Switch or the Switch 2, maybe both. I don't think they're releasing a lot of games strictly for the Switch 2 yet. I think a lot of them are cross. But as I said about extreme sports games, I put these last, not necessarily because they're the ones I enjoyed the least, but they just don't stack up against the RPGs and everything else on this list. But number 9, I had to give it to Tony Hawk's Underground, which I'll just give it to both of them, Underground 1 and 2, because they're both just a story-driven mode with the progressing through your stats by doing tricks and getting goals and stuff. I really liked the way the game was set up and the way they made it a story, because this is after THPS 4, which that was the Jackass one on Alcatraz, and that we never thought they'd be able to beat. And I think, I don't know about Thug, but Thug 2 definitely surpassed THPS 4. But up to this day, like 4 and Underground 2 are probably my favorite Tony Hawk games. as far as experience
Definitely.
went. Yeah. That's number 9, I guess.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah, my number 9 is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I mean, you could say 3 San Andreas and Vice City, really, all of them. But I'll just put San Andreas because it was the third one, the latest one, and it added more. Like you can get fatter, skinnier. It was very dynamic and open world, and back in 2005 ish, it was crazy how big it was and how much you could do, especially the PC version. So I'm used to Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 and the latest ones, I should say. I gotta play the PS2 ones more. But yeah, that's not my number 9 because Grand Theft Auto is amazing. The best one on there.
And I went with the GTA also, but my number 8 was Vice City, because that was GTA 3 was great, but I think I remember that was back in the Kazaa Morpheus days. I think I played that. I don't know if I ever actually owned. I don't know if I ever actually owned GTA 3, but and it just wasn't the jump from GTA 3 to Vice City was so. There's so much more to do in Vice City. So many more places to go. So many more vehicles. It just was a better game, and I really enjoyed GTA Vice City. It was probably
Oh
one of the
yeah.
first 3D games I really got into, because I played GTA 3 a lot, but what I did a lot in GTA 3 was cheat and mod and do crazy things. I don't know if I played much of GTA 3's story. Like, I don't really remember GTA 3's story very much. But that game to Vice City, which was the next one, which I actually almost bought for my Switch, but I decided I didn't want to play it with the graphical download and everything, or downgrade and everything that you would get if you didn't play it on. I couldn't get it on PC or whatever. But yes, that's why I gave GTA Vice City number 8.
Nice. My number 8 is Final Fantasy 12. I love this game so much. I think it's an underdog. Not many people love Final Fantasy or not even talked about this game that much over the years. And the people that do, you instantly become friends with them because you're like, oh, what? You love Final Fantasy 12 too? Yeah, that's cool. And you start talking to them. Yeah, it's just a good game. General. It's very memorable, all the areas you go to, and I actually liked the way that you would go into the field and you would see the dotted line go from the enemy to you, and you could break it, you could battle the enemy. So it still felt like it didn't go into a battle, you were already there. So it felt, when you grinded, it kind of felt realistic in a way that you were there in real life, and it almost felt like the van and the party back in 2006, which is crazy. We were all 16 years old, and a few years before that, hanging out with friends in the woods, playing with sticks. I mean, it's just good times. Recently I looked at old pictures, and I guess that's why I brought it up. But yeah, good times, good times.
Yeah, I'll have more about Final Fantasy 12 in a little while, but I do thinking back, I think Final Fantasy 12 might have been like the last hardcore JRPG without autosave every 4 minutes, and like this is a game where
Oh yeah,
I don't remember any RPG after that where you could forget to save for 3.5 hours and ruin half your life. Like I don't.
that's true.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure FF13 brought on autosave.
That's true. By the way.
But yeah, I will go on to my number 7, which I gave to GTA San Andreas. I had to put this above Vice City because of obvious things, like Jacob said, the ability to go to the gym and get buff, or go to eat fast food and get fat, and go on dates with they had that weird, like, you can go get laid scandal that was only on the original copies. I guess the re-releases, that doesn't happen anymore. It's like a different scene.
I
You don't
don't
actually
know what you're talking about, but if you want to talk about it, go ahead.
It's called it's hot coffee or something like that, but it's where eventually, if you go through the dating, if you progress through the dating storyline, eventually you have sex with whoever you're dating, and it's called the hot coffee. But it was a scandal. And I think it's only in the original games where it's actually like, I don't know if it's like hardcore porn, but it's actually like you're in the room and it kind of shows like a sex scene. And I think in later copies it was like an outdoor shot of the house, so you just heard sound effects. But I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And San Andreas, for its time, what did you say, 2005? 2006?
San Andreas is 05.
Yeah, and it was so huge, which, I mean, we even saw is basically GTA 5. It was the same, almost exact same world. There wasn't a whole lot added to GTA 5 because the world was already so
I'm wrong,
freaking
it's
huge.
04, right?
But, yeah.
I said if I'm wrong, it's 04, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it was my being a teenager. Yeah, this was after this. I was kind of out of GTA for a while. Like I played GTA 4 here and there, and I never played any like Liberty City Stories and Ballad of Gay Tony. I never played any of the expansions. But
I have Liberty City Stories in my collection in that room, and I have never played it.
man, I think after San Andreas, my next big GTA experience was GTA 5. Because GTA 4, I just never really got. I just never really wasn't. I don't know. It felt too limited and small.
Mhm. Yeah. So I apologize for every time you like. I'm not. It's when it's our turn to talk. It's our turn to talk, and I'm not. I think I'm doing a good job not. Well, I'm just when you say things that have a good reply, I just feel like replying, and I just get it out. But so I hope I'm not annoying when I do that. I'm not trying to. So next on the list is Dark Cloud 2, number 7. Oh, sorry. Wait, where are we at?
I just said my number 7. Yeah, it should be number 7.
Yeah, number 7 is my Dark Cloud 2 and Dark Cloud 1, but Dark Cloud 2. Man, when me and my dad rented Dark Cloud 2 because of my love for Dark. By the way, Dark Cloud 1 was my first PS2 game ever. When my dad got me my PS2 for Christmas, Dark Cloud came with it. Oh my, it's awesome. Good
I
time.
almost wonder if that was a release title. I don't know.
Maybe it was the year 2000. Yeah, 2001. Dark Cloud 2. Yeah, it was just amazing. Go through the woods, get to you search through different areas and it changes every time. Procedurally generated dungeons, and so every time you play a game, it's different. Basically, so when it comes to speed runs, I've been guessing it's very fun because it's changes every time, and probably not fun too because you got to reset every time there's a stupid dungeon. But anyway, so yeah, it's just Dark Cloud 2 are some of the best RPGs of all time. Level 5 made it a very good company because the way they made this. Also, the systems in the game, but how do I explain this? You could tell they went through a massive test playing phase because of how good it feels to grind, level up, go through the game, experience the story, and not feel any kind of anxiety when it comes to the difficulty. And when you level up, like how much of what increases is important, and if it's important to you. And it turns out it is important enough to make you feel good and want to level up because you know it's good enough. Because some games aren't enough, and it makes you feel like, oh god, now I gotta level up even more. Anyways, it's a good balance. It's a good balance. So, and it inspires me as a systems designer to make my game like that in a way. So that's my number 7. Dark Cloud 2 is amazing. Has good aesthetic, good story. Love it.
Well, I can't imagine the work that went into just the invention system. I mean, there was like 1,000 pictures of
Mm.
specific objects in the game you could go take and put together to make different things for your weapons and different items and
Is Dark
different.
Cloud 2 on your list?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I forgot to mention all that. So I'm guessing Joe's going to mention all that.
And Dark Cloud also, I think we forget that. Well, I don't know. I guess there is still a console rivalry, but it's not as intense as it used to be. Dark Cloud was specifically. I can remember the Game Informer that came out when the Game Informer magazine from the 1900s. Everybody, it came out, said Dark Cloud is Sony's Zelda killer. Like Zelda, this was supposed to be Sony's answer to Zelda, and I think it worked really well. I don't know why it never moved on after Dark Cloud 2. Maybe Dark Cloud's too more of a cult classic, and it didn't do as well when it was new. I don't know, but they're so great. Yeah. Which I guess.
What happened? What happened to old fashioned Game Pro, man?
Yeah, I think Game Informer actually just went away like recently. I thought.
Game Informer.
Yeah. Put your headphones on.
Now I'm doing like a fucking quick little show and tell. Oh my god! I'm done. All right, so yeah, exactly. So
did that FFA guide ever belong to me?
No.
I wonder where mine ended up. I have the exact same guide somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if I gave it away to somebody because that's something I wouldn't. I don't know.
Well, I got mine from Aaron.
Oh, that's cool.
Because that bag that bag that it was in is a.
Yeah, I thought Game Informer. What?
Dude, the bag that Final Fantasy 8 that the way Aaron gave it to me, he put it in that bag for me because it's precious and stuff. But the bag itself is so fucking smoky when you used to smoke cigarettes. Yeah, it came from him, but I don't know what happened to you. What happened to yours?
Yeah, I remember I had the same guide. I had the FF7 one too. I have it somewhere, the original FF7 guide. Well, I was also saying, I think Game Informer, I think they just quit doing print magazines like a year ago. Because I think
Actually,
they,
all those that I showed you came from Aaron.
I think Game Informer is strictly online now. I think Game Informer still exists, but it's just a website with with
That's why
articles.
I've owed him $1,000 because of all, and then I paid it off. But man, dude, I got so many things in my closet that, wow, yum yum,
I have so many things
yum
in my
yum.
closet that don't belong that belong to. I have a lot of things in my closet that belong to little girls.
Wait,
I have
I
little
mean,
girls. Like it sounds really creepy
I
if you
mean,
don't know I have
I
kids.
know it sounds
Like
creepy at first, but he has daughters. He's a good father.
I
Oh
have
my
a
god.
closet. I have a closet full of little girl things.
Okay,
So,
so
so I
we
mean, see,
gotta
this is
move
what
on.
I'm talking about. If we do political conversation, someone's going to cut that and take it out of context. Be like, "Oh, he believes in these politics. Well, he also collects children things."
If they're an
I'm just
idiot,
kidding.
yeah, any normal person would be like, yeah.
I
So
just
go to
cry.
your number one.
My number one. I don't want to go to my number one. I'm going to do my number six. Okay. So moving on to number six. This is a game that lives on till today. Was just remade not too long ago, with a new engine that apparently they're using for everything now. I didn't know, but it's called Resident Evil 4. I don't think they didn't have the RE engine back then. I don't know what they made the original game with. It couldn't have been the same engine as the other Resident Evils because it didn't work at all like the other Resident Evils.
Resident Evil
So
4 is one of the best games of all
because
time.
now they've actually made the RE engine, which they made the RE4 remake, the RE2 remake, the RE3 remake, or Resident Evil 7. Oh my god, Resident Evil 7. The Village. Oh, and now I'm going to have Requiem February 26th. Okay, I'm getting off track here. But Resident Evil 4, when it originally came over the GameCube, it was game changing. Like it's one of the best games made up to that point. It was amazing. And then re-release on the PS2, I actually think the PS2 version was better because you got better weapons, you got better upgrades, you got better bonuses for New Game Plus, that kind of stuff. But had to give it to Resident Evil 4. And I mean, these games still stack up to some of my favorite games today. I can't wait for Requiem. I just finished The Village. I think I ran through The Village 4 times, but now I'm done with it. So that was my number six.
My number 6 is Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2. I'll say that because you said 1 and Tony Hawk's Underground, or you just said Underground. Anyway, Underground 1 and 2, they're both amazing and they're good games. And it's like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, 2, 3, 4, except not. You get more of an open world feeling. You get to customize more. It was kind of game changing in that world if you like Tony Hawk games, because nowadays you want the remake of 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Back then it was more like what's going to come next. And then Underground came out. It was like an upgrade of 4, but just way better in many ways, like including that, like I said, you can customize more your character, and the story is kind of like more like well, the storyline means something more, and you kind of skateboard your way into things. And they were kind of creative with certain ways they made the story, like the way you grinded certain things that made no sense, but they had to do that for the sake of making you do something for the challenge. But it was a good game overall. I really enjoyed Thug 1, Thug 2. Had good memories with that series.
And I think Underground 2 was the end of good Tony Hawk. Like we had Tony Hawk Ride, we had Tony Hawk 5, 6, 7. They were terrible. They were bad.
So if all y'all remember Ride, that's shortly after Underground 2, yeah.
And then they had America Wasteland, which was like they tried to do Tony Hawk's Underground bigger, but they did it worse somehow.
It kind of went backwards a little bit.
Yeah. It just, I don't know, that was the end of it. I think even Tony Hawk himself has said, like, Tony Hawk's 4, Tony Hawk's Underground, things really went downhill. Sales-wise, even, too, I think. Because I'm guessing, like, Tony Hawk Ride...
He's happy now.
Yeah, doing well now. And it had a resurgence, like everything from our childhood.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Now I'm going to move on to number 5, which I gave this to Final Fantasy 12, which we talked about it a lot earlier, and I really enjoyed the Gambit system. Was really cool, how you could have... The battles basically just go on automatically if you knew what you're doing. You set up so, you know, like, this person gets below this health, heal them. This person gets this status, fix the status. This person, if this person's fine, attack this enemy. Like, I really liked the setup there. And they kind of went on with that in FF13, which I forget what it was called. It was Gambits. I forget what they were called in FF13, but they were the same kind of thing. You chose, like, a class.
License?
Yeah, well, that was the license board in FF12. And
Right.
I still actually haven't fully explored the Pro license board and played I have the international version. I finally got it, but I haven't actually played it because there's a different license board for that for the international version. But I don't
That'd
know.
be interesting to do.
Well, I really like the original. I feel like it was basically just a continuation of the sphere grid in a different way. It was pretty much the same thing. I really enjoyed the sphere grid. So, um, and FF12, I think it looked beautiful. It was such a great looking game for a PS2, and it was really late in PS2's life. It might have been one of the last RPGs released on PS2. Like, and the game had such a long develop. I don't know if it had an extra long development cycle, but the development cycle was long enough that halfway through the art director died and everything changed. But I don't know. I feel like it still looked great all the way through. I don't think it really changed enough
Yeah,
to
it
hurt the
did.
game. But um, that's what I got for FF12 number 5.
Nice. Mine is Final Fantasy X. It was going to be higher up actually, but because I technically did not beat the entire game, even though I've seen it many times, love it, I get inspired by it even for my next game I'm making. But I had to put it at number 5 because the top 4 I have played many times and love it more. So Final Fantasy X is my number 5, and it's a linear game. I'll start with the negative first, but it's not that linear, and it's one of the most fun games you can have for atmosphere, aesthetics, the way the battle system works in a traditional RPG way, and it's smooth, very very smooth, and even the battle system is smooth. The animations, the way it feels, the user experience part of it is amazing. It's the way that goes, and the characters I love. I love Auron's my favorite character. We have a lot of favorite characters, a lot of people's favorite, but I love him too. He's amazing, and I just like his personality. So I don't know what else to say about Final Fantasy X. It just had an amazing story about love, and I don't usually am attracted to romance stories. It's not really a romance story, but part of it, a lot of it, part is really like that between Yuna and Titus, and it inspired me with my story a little bit with how I made my characters for Lost Legacy, and you'll see when it comes out. But I mean, it's inspired by it. I'm not copying it. It's just inspired. There's 2 love stories, and anyways in my game there's 2 love stories, not just one. But anyways, Final Fantasy X, and you follow through with it, and whether you're a male, female, strong, weak, it doesn't matter who you are, you fall into the story and fall in love with these characters, and you probably will tear when Yuna's in the water, and when you know what's going on, and she is gonna die, but Tidus doesn't want her to die, and you just gotta play it to find out. But it's a great game.
Yes, FF10 was great, and if I look distracted, I thought FF10 was a PS2 launch title. It was not. So that's interesting. I remember that. I'm pretty sure that was the very first game I played on my PS2, but maybe not. But I didn't
It
get
was a year
PS2.
later.
I didn't get PS2 at
Yeah,
launch either. I don't remember. I think the only system I ever
yeah.
got at launch was Xbox. That was a good year. All right. Well, so I'm
Hell
talking
yeah.
about F10. All right, 23 minutes. I think we'll just keep this list moving on a little bit. Try and stop doing so many side tangents. But we are at my number 4.
We'll make it
Which
around 30 minutes.
yeah, that'll work. We were at the editing. I'm gonna go to my number 4, which I gave to Kingdom Hearts, the original. I mean, simple and clean. To this day, I hear that song and it's stuck in my head for 2 weeks. It's ridiculous.
Get
that
right.
that was our first introduction to Disney and Square working together, and it was such an amazing game. And playing it now, it's really old and sluggish, and you don't get a lot of the extra like limit breaks and stuff that you've got in Kingdom Hearts 2 and further on. But as an original title, it was so great. And they've re-released this game so many times. I think now they have the Magnifica whatever package on Steam for like $30, which is every single Kingdom Hearts game. I would definitely recommend picking up and playing Kingdom Hearts if you're into action RPGs and deep story and seeing cool nostalgic characters in roles you would never expect them in, like Donald Duck being a badass.
Right.
There, that's what I got for Kingdom Hearts. We'll have more on
Yeah.
that series in a little bit, but for now, we'll leave it at that.
My number 4 is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. It's my favorite Metal Gear Solid game of all time, and I did have Metal Gear Solid 2 on number 10 on this list until I replaced it with Dragon Quest 8. But Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, it's in the 1960s Vietnam era, Vietnam War era, and you are Snake, and you are in a different place other than the U.S. You're kind of in a jungle, at first, and you got to blend in, and it's just so memorable. And the story, even the bosses in Metal Gear Solid 1 were very memorable, but Metal Gear Solid 3, they somehow made even more bosses even more memorable. And like, for instance, there's one, and they name them like the Fury, the this, the that, and I don't know. It's just
Fear.
The Fear, yes. So I guess more on that soon. No, never mind. Metal Gear Solid 3 rocks.
I guess while we're here, I will say I didn't include any Metal Gear titles because that was never really. I definitely, I definitely enjoyed Snake Eater. They were just never really my style of game enough to put in top 10. Snake Eater was an amazing game with like I said, the Fear. Was that the bees?
Yep.
Yeah, that was the Fear. That was such a good game. And I mean, having
I think that
Crab Battle, very
wait.
Crab Battle's classic Newgrounds video. Look it up. Crab Battle. Crab Battle.
Who's the old
Crab Battle?
Old guy? All right, hey, Crab Battle.
Crab Battle. Oh, the old guy, the age. That'd be stupid. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not
The old.
the old. I mean, a lot of people are afraid of getting old. But yes, I love, and I've never played the Twin Snakes ever. So yeah, not an MGS guy. It's not my thing.
First one, it's so good.
Oh, what was the second one called? I thought Twin Snakes was number 2.
Sons of Liberty.
Yeah, I haven't played. See, I am so not into. It's not my game. I'm not getting game. I'm an RPG guy.
It's one of the best stealth games of all time. I love when it comes to stealth games. I love Splinter Cell, but Metal Gear Solid is one of the best stealth games of all time that even influenced Splinter Cell. And now
Hideo Kojima's an unmatched genius. Like I can't. Gotta give him that. You got to give him his yeah.
This entire show should say Hideo on the top corner.
Yes. Which I will move on to my number 3, which I put the Dark Cloud games. I was talking about earlier in Dark Cloud 2, you had a camera and you could take pictures of items in the world and use those pictures to come up with inventions, which were like pieces to this robot armor you had that you could ride. You could upgrade your weapons. You could upgrade your partner's weapons. It was you, a partner, and then you could ride in a robot, which is really cool.
Heck yeah.
Yes, and the world building, having to talk to the people around the world, the towns that are destroyed, and figure out where they belong and put them together the correct way. It was such a great game. Oh my god, I loved it so much. Had a lot of fun playing the game, and just I think that was the first RPG that used procedural generation, at least on consoles. At least any that I had played.
I remember
Diablo. Yeah. I think Diablo is procedural generated, but that's not the same. I mean, it was kind of the same. It was a dungeon crawler, but point and click instead of. But yeah, you get the point. I love Dark Cloud. Great games. I actually have gone back and played them recently. I have one on my PS2 legally installed on a hard drive. Legally. But I'll have to play that again someday. But that was my number 3. We're in our top 3 here now. Move on to Jacob's top 3.
My top 3 is Resident Evil 4 is my number 3. Resident Evil 4. Now, I would have had that 2, number 1. It could be, it doesn't matter. It's top 3. It's one of the greatest games of all time. It's one of the greatest Resident Evil games of all time. It's one of the greatest horror games of all time. Now, RE4
I am the greatest!
I do speed runs of RE2 and Silent Hill 2, or RE4 and Silent Hill 2, because they're so fun and repeatable. And once you beat it, you're wondering, how do I do a challenge run? Sure, you can do that, or you can speed run it, and it's still fun. You can learn different challenges of how to get through obstacles. For instance, in the speed run of the RE4 beginning, you go into the first area, the first cabin, then you throw a grenade a certain way through the window. It blasts most of the 10 you got to blast in order for the cutscene to happen. It's really cool.
Hell yeah.
RE4 is amazing.
Yeah, and the remake did such a great job.
And the remake's amazing too. Oh my god, they've made it perfect and added more to it. Oh my god.
So this will bring me to my number 2, which is I gave it to Final Fantasy X. I mean, to this day, Squaresoft, make a Blitzball standalone, damn it. Like, I don't know.
Right?
Sphere, like,
I'm surprised
SBL, Sphere Blitzball League, you could just make a whole game on Blitzball. It was such a great game. I might have put more time into Blitzball than the main freaking storyline. Until I got to Seymour 2, and then I had to spend Seymour in the mountains, and I had to spend 45 hours grinding because of the difficulty spike. But such a great game, man. from start to finish. And I feel like it gets a lot of the same complaints Final Fantasy 13, which I didn't put on this list, but I did enjoy 13. One of the biggest complaints 13 got was how linear it was. And what I always say is it is linear. You just got to play it for like 40 hours and then the world opens up to you. So eventually it opens up to you, but as far as Final Fantasy goes, it might be better for them to force you to go through the story and then go do side quests because otherwise people like me will never play the main storyline. So, yes.
Yeah, or have a good blend of both. It depends how you make the game. And I think that's cool that you said that. That's a really good point you made. I'll take that to my design board.
And they don't make you finish the story. You get about 2/3 of the way through the story, and then you get the airship where you can input codes and go to secret areas. Yeah.
In Lost Legacy, on the first continent, the third character you get, it helps you with the boat to get to the next continent, and then you get the airship 2/3 of the way through the game. Or sorry, about halfway.
Yeah, and that's one thing Final Fantasy did really well is they would open the world to you, but they wouldn't give you the whole world. Like in FF, like the first like 3 Final Fantasies, when you get the airship and then you go to the underworld and there's a whole nother world. That was a cool way to do it too, where they opened it up to you, but there was more to open up later on. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm here. I'm here critiquing Final Fantasies like Squaresoft needs help.
So, number 2. My number 2 is Silent Hill 2. For atmosphere, it is one of the greatest horror games of all time. It's not a jump scare type of game, even though there are jump scares in it. And
wait, I can make it foggy. I can make it foggy like in that game.
It is foggy. It is inspirational, influential for us game designers that want to make a really good horror game someday. Because of how you go through it. The remake is amazing too, just like they did with RE4 with the original and the remake. They made it perfect. The original and remake, and within the last few years, they made both that we're talking about. So, Silent Hill 2 and RE4, I speedrun them because, like I said before, with RE4, it's repeatable, very fun, and once so I love this game. How can I beat it again without like being bored? We'll speedrun it. Fun.
I should give Silent Hill more of a chance. Yeah, I never played Silent Hill. I should maybe give it more of a chance.
But yeah, so this entire list, you can repeat these games and have fun and just have fun and just have fun. The PS2 games are amazing, PlayStation's amazing, Sony's amazing, and look what shirt I'm wearing.
Yeah, and that's another thing about PlayStation 2 that we don't really get anymore is replay value. Like, what games, other than the remakes of games that came during this era, we don't get replay value at all. All the replay value I've gotten in the last 5 years has been Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil The Village, which is based off the same engine that they made the Resident Evil 4 remake with. So it's, yeah. What recent games give you replayability like that?
Kingdom Hearts, crap. Number 1.
Yes, I'll move on to my number 1. That'd be my number 1 top game for the PlayStation is Kingdom Hearts 2. It always will be.
It's my number 1 too, by the way. So we're gonna both talk about it because it's both my number 1.
Let's just combine it. That makes sense. But I have to say Kingdom Hearts 2. After playing the first game and 100%ing that game, never beat Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1, I have to say. That's the only thing I never did in Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 2
hard.
And I have to say, I used to tell this on stage when I did stand-up, which I guess, I don't know if I still do or not. We'll call it I'm on hold now. But when I did do it, I never liked sports, and I'm such a nerd. My Super Bowl moment was beating Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, I had a friend who was there, who we won't mention his name or where he is now, but he was at my house when I beat Sephiroth, and we did the double foot off the ground high five. It was my Super Bowl moment. Like, I don't know. Oh, it was such a great game, and the difficulty they gave you in the side quests and the deepness of the story and how everything was connected and Kingdom Hearts 2, man.
No. Yeah, and the way they blended the Squaresoft and Disney. I mean, we grew up with Disney and Squaresoft, so our age is our target demographic audience. I mean, it's for everyone. But
and the Hades Cup. Game. The Hades Cup at the Coliseum with the 100 battles. You got Cloud, you got Squall, you got Yuffie, you got who else did you fight from Final Fantasy Sephiroth? Obviously.
Going from world to world to world to world and going back and doing good times.
Yeah. Oh, they did such a good job in that game, and I think it's why Kingdom Hearts kept going, and I can't wait. Kingdom Hearts 4 coming soon. I actually never finished Kingdom Hearts 3. Did you finish Kingdom Hearts 3?
I did on stream,
Yeah,
and you
I
can find my
never.
stream at twitch.tv/CosmoRetro.
I'm pretty sure I played all the way until like the Keyblade Graveyard, like for the last like end of the game. I think I'm like at the end of the game in my save,
That was a
but I
good
never, I
segue,
never
but
finished it.
yeah.
I did the same thing at the FF7 remake. I got all the way to the end and I never finished it. But Kingdom Hearts 2, that's not. I don't have that problem. There's nothing. I've gone in and out of Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, I guess I
I'm
never
happy
played.
that
I never played
I'm
critical
happy
mode.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is number one. Yeah, that's a good one
Yeah.
to be number one. It's both of our number ones. Yeah.
So I've never had the motivation to try critical mode. I have done expert, but never done critical.
You know, we should both try Kingdom Hearts 2 critical mode on stream together. Not like a speedrun race, but like just see if we can both do it.
Yeah, but I'm a brute force guy in RPG, so it's really hard to never take damage.
Yeah, it depends what kind of gamer you are.
You have to get better at magic.
Anyways, like I said earlier, you can find us at twitch.tv/CosmoRetro,
I'm
twitch.tv/jmosier89.
Yes, I've actually been going more often now, and I have purchased Resident Evil Requiem. I will not be able to download it until February 26th, but I hope to stream it that day, hopefully.
And we'll watch it together. I'll be watching too, and we should get people to watch it because it's gonna be awesome. And you should put it on YouTube. Take that video and put it on YouTube. It'd be fun.
I'm also excited for the future of the RE engine. See what they do and see what the next iteration of the RE engine is, because it's already
they spent
insane.
millions on it. Yeah,
It's working.
I'm assuming.
But this is going on for so long, you may never want to hear our voices ever again, so we should probably cut this video. Thank you very much for coming, everybody.
Hope you all have a good week. Yeah, thanks for joining us. And put the comments below if you like what we're doing here. And we'll see how many weeks we do this. Maybe not too long. Maybe we'll be back the way it was before next week. But yeah, I hope you all have a good week.
And if you like pancakes, you're an asshole.